Now I am going to demonstrate you the reasons review 5 part B questions. These are basically all the similarity problems, the second part. So here in the first problem it is saying in this diagram below AC is given as 6 centimeters and BC is given as 8 centimeters. These are the legs of a right triangle. Here it is 90 degrees and 6 and centimeters are the lengths of these AC and BC. Altitude CD is drawn to this hypotenuse ABC. Since it is opposite to 90, this is hypotenuse. He is asking what is the length of AD to the nearest tenth of a centimeter. So, to solve this, we first see this smaller right triangle. I compare with the bigger right triangle. In the bigger right triangle, I know this side and this side. I can easily find this side also. All the three sides I will come to know. How do I find in the bigger triangle this side? Using Pythagorean theorem. Here it is 6 square and this is 8 square. When I do square root, 6 square is 36 and 8 square is 64. That gives us a square root of 100 here. That gives us 10. So this total side is 10. And we have two smaller right triangles. I cannot take this one because I know only this side and I don't know this side and this side. Out of 3, I know only 1. I should know 2. But if I take this one, I know this one and I know at least this value as x. So these two can be easily related to the bigger right triangle. That's why I take this right triangle. Now, first let me compare the sides of the smaller right triangle. Here x is opposite to this angle. If I treat this angle as first angle, then it is second angle. In this bigger right triangle, this is 90 degrees. This one is first as it is common angle to this smaller triangle and this bigger right triangle. And this one is a second angle. So, this x is opposite to second angle. But for x, here the corresponding side is in this. Since it is opposite to second angle, this second angle is equal to this second angle. Opposite to this second angle, this is the side 6 in this bigger right triangle. So I write 6. And again, in this smaller right triangle, this 6 is opposite to 90. And for this 90, here in this bigger right triangle, this 90 is equal. Opposite to this 90 degrees, this AB is this side and its length is 10. So once if you set up correct proportion according to the corresponding angles, it's very easy. Now when I cross multiply, I get 10x is equal to 6 times 6, that is 36. And to get the value of x, I divide with the 10 on both sides. I get x is equal to 3.6 because 36 divided by 10 gives us 3.6, which is given here. First answer 3.6. In this way I had to do. Let us see in the similar model you can try this problem. Let us try the second and third. Let me go for fourth problem. It is also the same. He is saying triangle ABC shown below is a right triangle with altitude AD drawn to the hypotenuse BC. So this AD is altitude drawn to this BC. Here BD is given as 2, DC is given as 10. What is the length of AB he is asking. Since we don't know the AB length, I am treating this as x. Now in this smaller right triangle, I know this side as x and this as 2. In this bigger right triangle, we know this side x and we know this bigger side BC, that is opposite to 90, which is hypotenuse. 2 plus 10, that is 12. Total is 12. So we know two sides. Let us try, and if we, this is perfect. Let us see now. In the smaller right triangle, x is opposite to this 90 degrees here. And for this 90, equivalent angle is this 90 in this bigger right triangle. Opposite to this 90, we have 2 plus 10, which is 12. I can write that. X plus 12. Then, again in this smaller right triangle, I have 2. These two, see this is first angle and this is second angle. In this bigger right triangle, this is common angle. First angle equal to first angle. and the second angle lies here. So 2 is opposite to second angle. Second angle is equal to second angle of the bigger right triangle. Opposite to the second angle, we have x, like this. So if I cross multiply x times x, I get x square. And 12 times 2 gives me 24. So I have to write 24 here. So I get x value as square root of 24. Now in this square root of 24, I have 4 as perfect square, and this is 6. But square root of 4 is 2 root 6. So x value, that x is nothing but length of AB, which is 2 root 6. If I search for the answers, here 2 root 6 is here, that is third one. And in this part B, the last question in the first video, in this video, this is the last question. See how they have applied this similarity in the triangles to the streets of a town. So let us see this. Here 4 streets in a town are illustrated in the accompanying diagram. If the distance on the popular street from F to P, this one is 12 miles, and the distance on Maple Street, this is Maple Street, from E to M is 10. Find the distance on Maple Street in miles from M to P. That means this is what they are asking. Since we don't know, I am taking it as x. If I see in this smaller triangles, this smaller triangle has two sides we know. One is 12, another is x. In this bigger right triangle, we know this side, which is 10 plus x. We know this side. So I can compare the bigger right triangle with this smaller right triangle. I don't take this because I don't know any sides in this big smaller right triangle. Only this smaller right triangle is good. So in this smaller right triangle, this x is opposite to this angle. See, this is first angle. If it is first, automatically this is second. And this first, in this bigger right triangle, this is first angle, same as the smaller one. And for this second angle, in this bigger right triangle, this is the second angle. And this bigger right triangle has this 90 degrees, and in this smaller right triangle, this is 90. Now let us see this x first. X is opposite to second angle in this smaller right triangle. And for this smaller right triangle, smaller second angle, since x is opposite to second angle, for this second angle, this is the second angle, and in this bigger right triangle. And for this opposite side is 12. And similarly, if you take 12 in this smaller right triangle, 12 is opposite to 90. And for this 90 in the bigger right triangle, this is 90. Opposite to 90, we have 10 plus x. Anyhow, we got a nice proportion. If we solve this, x times 10 is 10x. X times x, x square. We get x square. And then 12 times 12, we get 144. So if I subtract this 144 both sides, I get this side as 0, and here x square and plus 10x minus 144. And for 144, the factors are 12 times 12, and for 12, 4 times 3, and for this 12, 4 times 3. So again, to get 10, I take this 4 as 2 times 2, and this as 3, this as 4, and this as 3. So 2 4s 8, 3 3s 9, 9 2s 8, 9 2s 18. Therefore, I can take this as x square. Instead of 10x, I write 18x minus 8x minus 144 is equal to 0. Because from the factors I got this idea. Now I can write the first factor like this, second factor like this. X and x. X times x is x square. To get 18, x plus, this can be written as 18 here, and 18 8. This is minus 8. If you see, x square plus 18x minus 18x minus 8x plus 10x and minus 144. So if I solve this, I get x plus 18 is equal to 0, and I get x equal to negative 18. And here x minus 8 equal to 0, and this x minus 8 equal to 0 gives us x is equal to positive 8. This minus 18 is not valid value because the distance cannot be negative. So we have to take x equal to 8. So in this way we have to find x value 8, which is 8 miles. So in this way we have to find. Thank you.